What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep, and welcome to the 2018 walk to an Alzheimer's Chambers, Massachusetts. We got here pretty early, so there's not a lot of people here yet, but we're expecting at least 10,000 people this year. So we're gonna get ready to do the opening ceremonies here probably about an hour from now. And we're gonna walk around, take in all the little festivities, sign all the little cards, and I'm gonna put my flower in the garden. Now, like I said, we were here early, so there's not really many here, but to give you an idea of scale, this will be completely filled probably in the next hour or so. There won't be a spot of green anywhere.
Thank you, Chris. How about a round of applause to Chris McKinnon, who's doing an incredible job here today. And I think what he was saying was that we are about $100 a person away from setting a record here. So what he said was you can go over to the tent before you leave or now, not now, after I'm done talking, and tell them that you want to put $100 on a credit card or something like that, and let's get that record here in Boston and Massachusetts if we can, because this is so important for us. Let me thank a few people. Jim Wessler and the Alzheimer's Association. How about a round of applause for all the volunteers and all the staff and all the people who make this day remarkable.
Every one of us walk today in our connection to Alzheimer's disease. We're going to start with the orange flower. The orange flower represents people like Leah Levine. She's here today to support the cause and the association's vision of a world without Alzheimer's disease. Both of Leah's grandmothers had Alzheimer's disease, and it's because of that Leah started as an advocate in high school, volunteering with residents in an Alzheimer's wing at a long-term care facility. When Leah was at Brandeis University, she joined and then became president of the Students to End Alzheimer's Disease Club. She attended the walk every year, went to advocacy days at the State House, and held an advocacy week at school to raise awareness. And then since graduating, congratulations, Leah, she has joined the Young Professionals, with an ALZ on the end, the Alzheimer's Association Young Professional Group, and Leah works in Alzheimer's research. Leah's dream is for all kids to have their grandparents in their lives in a world without Alzheimer's disease. If you have an orange flower like Leah, raise it high and keep it high right now. Next is the purple flower. The purple flower represents people like Amy Levy. She's here today because she lost someone to Alzheimer's. Amy's mother, Elaine Rosenberg, was diagnosed in her mid-50s with early onset Alzheimer's. The journey was one that nobody could imagine. The stages are real and the care is 24/7. It's a cruel disease that robs everyone from the person who is diagnosed to those all around them. Amy's mother was a giver, so Amy and her family gave 110% back to her. In March, at the age of 65, Amy's mom lost her battle with Alzheimer's disease. Today, Amy walks for care, education, funding research, and the ultimate goal of a cure in memory of her mom, Elaine, and all those who have lost their battle, those currently fighting, and the millions who will be diagnosed. If you have a purple flower, please join Amy in raising it high and keeping it high in the air. Next is the yellow flower. The yellow flower represents people like Rebecca Weddle. Rebecca is here with us today because she is supporting and caring for someone with Alzheimer's. If you have a yellow flower, please join Rebecca now in raising it high and keeping it held high. Next is the blue flower. The blue flower represents people like Mike McCormick. Michael is holding the blue flower today because he is living with Alzheimer's disease. Michael was diagnosed with younger onset Alzheimer's in October 2014 at just 54 years old after months of doctor's visits and numerous tests. He quickly went into denial and thought they had the wrong person and that he was misdiagnosed. Leading up to his diagnosis, Michael was having trouble keeping up with things, being able to process and retain new information, and felt like he was letting his family down. Michael and his family have learned so much over the past 4 years about Alzheimer's through programs and services provided by the Alzheimer's Association. He feels that we need to continue to raise awareness by getting more people to understand how Alzheimer's is affecting so many people and their families. He's walking to do his part in supporting all who are affected by Alzheimer's disease, and finding a cure starts with hope. And Michael's hope is that there will be a cure found in the near future. If you have a blue flower now, please hold it high with Michael and keep it held in the air. Everyone's flowers up. Take a look around and see all the flowers for why all of us are walking today. Regardless of what color flower you're holding, these flowers represent our different reasons to end Alzheimer's. And with this colorful display and determination, I and you should be confident that one day we will add another flower to this garden, right? This is the white flower held by Isabella and Chris. This flower will hopefully someday represent the first survivor of Alzheimer's. Wouldn't it be awesome to add the white flower to this garden? Here's the thing. Until that day comes, we can't back down. And we have to continue leading the way every single day, because together it will be us who ends Alzheimer's. Who's with me? So who's ready to lead the way to a cure? Are you ready to get strolling, get this walk started?
Yeah!
All right, let me hear you. Let's count down together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! The route is now open to your right under the starting sign there. We ask that you plant your flower in the promised garden as well as you begin your walk. You'll be able to pick up your flowers at the end of the walk and take them home with you. We appreciate you so much for being here with us today to help advance the fight against Alzheimer's. Have a great day, everybody.
Wait for you guys at the end of the wall, okay?
Creepers and Geekers, Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? You know what? First, before I even get into my spiel, thank you so much for getting all the way to this part of the video. I really do appreciate it. You have no idea how much that does for me. What we do here is extremely important. Not only to me personally, but to millions of others out there. And I know there's a bajillion other causes, and there's other donation sites, and there's other walks and everything, but this is the one that I do, and it impacts me personally. That said, every year I get stories, I get thank yous, I get testimony to other people's experience with Alzheimer's disease, and it just kind of furthers the importance of this. furthers that importance. And it devastates me to see and hear these stories. But it lightens my heart just a little bit knowing that I'm out there, I'm in the fight. I'm bobbing and weaving, as my dad would say. Just bob and weave, you know? The donations are great, and I know that's the whole point of this thing. It's more about awareness, to me anyway. If you donate, excellent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Though this year was not as financially successful, that's not the point of what I'm doing here. Those are great and they're appreciated, and those dollars go to such an amazing cause. They do so much good. Sharing the link, I equally as appreciate that. It's about getting the awareness out there. It's letting people know that every 66 seconds, 65 seconds, somebody on this planet will come down with Alzheimer's. And then I get testimonies from people. They're like, oh, you're doing the walk? That's great. Here's my story with Alzheimer's. And every year I try to share a new one. I got one about 2 days ago. I think it was the day before the walk. The gentleman not only lost his grandmother, but one of his aunts, I believe. It could have been an uncle. I do apologize for not remembering 100%. But he lost 2 members of his family that he was close with to Alzheimer's disease. And to make matters worse, on October the 3rd, his mom and him are going to get tested. She needs to be tested to see if she has Alzheimer's. Now, I don't know the backstory. I did not ask. I just gave him my sympathies and told him I'd be thinking about him while I was walking. I don't know if it's a precautionary thing or if she is showing symptoms of it. But regardless, the fact that that kind of action has to be taken. 3 people in this guy's family. Now, you all know I lost my father. He had early onset. He died at 63 years of age. A young 63 years of age. His sister's husband now has it. And he's in the last stages of it. So there's 2 people directly within my life. 2 people. Every 65 seconds someone comes down with it. You do the math. And the time it takes to get to the end of this video, you do the math of how many people on this planet develop Alzheimer's disease. I know I keep talking about that. I know I mentioned it in my last video about the walk, the reminder video. But it's an important point that needs to be stressed. So guys, thank you again always so much for your continued support. The link will still be down below until October the 31st. I believe that is the date that all donations are stopped until next season when they open back up in late summer. So guys, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and click that button. It only takes a minute to donate. $5, $10, whatever you can. And if you can't, it's okay. Go ahead and share the link. Let's get the awareness out there. And together, let's just make this Alzheimer's crap a memory. Okay, guys, take care and bye-bye.